Jeez Louise, I need a haircut. This is nasty. Now, before we get into anything, spoilers ahead for Brothership. I will be talking about things that are spoiler worthy to Brothership, so I would recommend, if you don't want to be spoiled of Mario and Luigi Brothership, click away. Okay. Hello, all of you beautiful people out there. And Brothership is out, and a lot of people have been playing it, a lot of people have already played it, and people have already given their thoughts on it. So I made a video previously rating every single Mario and Luigi game in the series so far from 1 to 10. And I gotta say from that, before I get into my rating of Brothership, one of these days I have to play Partners in Time. I really hope that it comes out like on the Switch 2 or the Switch's like Game Boy games in the future, or I may have to buy a $52 billion Game Boy and try to play Partners in Time. But one of these days I have to play that game. So, Brothership. What did I think of Brothership? Well, if I were to give it a rating, I would give it an 8 out of 10. I think I'll talk about the positives first. So to me, the game as a whole was amazing. It was such an amazing adventure to experience. From a game series that has not had a new entry in 9 years, no, the remakes don't count. And we've not seen a game in so long that they came out with this game was just pure nostalgia kicking in. Like, so many things felt so new, but also so many things felt so fresh and new and just fun to experience. I find the characters entertaining. I found the story pretty good. The story was pretty good. The combat, in my opinion, Mario and Luigi Brothership has the best combat out of the entire series. You know, I found that the islands were just fun to explore. It really brought so much variety, not simply being one world. And that can be a pro and a con in itself. I found the multiple islands cool, but at the same time, exploring a gigantic world that was connected with all the nicks and crannies and secrets that you could find is a little bit better to me than just the islands, but I wasn't terribly bothered by that. I found, back to the combat, the bosses were fun to fight, the enemies were fun, and just everything about it, of the main core game, start to finish, the game was amazing. It was so much fun. The problems that I have with it that I will now disclose, to me, I found the music does not hit as hard in this game. That's kind of just a minor complaint to me, that I just found the music was not as boppin' or as good to listen to. Like, there's definitely in previous iterations like Dream Team and Bowser's Inside Story where I would actually download that music and listen to that. Brothership, there was not too many themes that I really enjoyed. Like, maybe if I played the game again, maybe I would, but I guess just the first time around, I didn't really enjoy it. I did find the main theme, the main combat theme that you fight enemies was actually really catchy. Like, that one I never got old of. But I feel like every other theme, like the boss themes or the overworld themes, were just kind of like dull to me. They just didn't hit as hard. Another negative thing that I did not like, quests are dumb. Like, I found quests to be really, really useless, especially like time-limited quests. Like, sure, you got like hidden cutscenes or like secrets that you can, you find out, like especially the girl talk or the bond and friendship with Buddy and Bowser Jr. You kind of had like those situations that were fun, but at the same time, the rewards that you got from them were just items that you could purchase from a store, and maybe you could get some beans or some good gear, but I feel like close to the end of the game, you could buy or get really good gear before the boss, like before you fight the final boss without doing any major quests. Like, in my opinion, I just found quests were not as rewarding. I felt like that was a problem. And what I did is that when I got to a point in the story and I got a bunch of quests, I did those right away as soon as I could. Except that stupid Bone Shark quest. I hated that. Another thing I didn't really like is the fact there was no end game content. Like, in previous games, you could do like the boss rush mode and also like the giant battles. There was no giant battles in Brothership, but I gotta be honest, I wasn't a fan of the giant battles anyway, so I was kind of glad that they didn't add those. However, in this one, there was no post-game content, you know what I mean? Like, within the end of the story, and again, spoilers, at the end of it, you fight the final boss, but the whole world is just engulfed in darkness. To me, from a story standpoint, as like the game as a whole, from start to finish, that like it's good. It is good because it's just like, hey, that's all that you need to do now. You need to fight the final boss. But at the same time, there's nothing really to go back to. There's not really any other challenges to do, you know? It just kind of felt like you were here, you got the things, and then you just moved on to the next thing. There was no point in going back to anything because it just didn't feel worth it or rewarding, like I said. Another positive thing I'll say though is the bro attacks. The bro attacks are extremely dope. It was definitely fun to see returning ones from Dream Team and Bowser's Inside Story. And then also the way you get bro attacks, you don't have to go hunting for attack pieces. I kind of found that really nice. Like you progress during the story and you just get the bro attacks. You don't like hunt for these attack pieces like just over the course of a map or something. I kind of found that there wasn't like much to do, but at the same time, it's just like you didn't need to waste your time hunting for these pieces, because I'm pretty guilty that I've even like missed one or two if I was exploring an area in previous games. I could sit here and chit chat about this game, of all the pros and cons about it, but I genuinely feel as though as a whole of the game, I've said this before, start to finish, the game was amazing. But it just lacked so many other post-game stuff, you know, after you defeated the final boss. It kind of felt like the game's done. That's it. There's nothing else to go back to, which is a little bit of a disappointment to me. But nah, overall, I would absolutely recommend this game to anyone. I think as a video game itself, it's just pure amazingness. Anyway, that's my spiel on Brothership. I think it's a pretty good game. Yeah. If you have any thoughts on it, I would love to know your opinions on it. Please leave in the comments below. Click like, subscribe, and all that rot. And I will see you in the next one. I have no idea what I'm doing right now.